Was popping. I had a plan for this video. It was basically me making a bunch of songs. Then I realized, wow, this is a little boring. Here's the minute-long synopsis of what happened. React to the old song, then cringe a little bit, and then we're gonna record the new one. This is the one that I'm re-recording. Straight into it. I mean, I love this beat. But why I sound sad? Why I sound so nervous? Sneaky like boost, things platonic, bionic, y'all the most listed, so demonic, and it's chronic, and that's what we go with the electron. Bro, I'm rapping as stiff as plank. That's crazy. Bro, I ain't even pronouncing my words right now. We done. We cutting it. I can't even listen to half the song, bro. That's crazy. Bet I want to listen to this, and I made it. Whack. Okay, now that we're back in reality, yeah, that was basically the whole video. So I think you can see why I didn't want to upload that. But now, thanks to R, that's an R. Thanks to your boy R, I got some content. So my assignment for this video, we got 5 songs. We gotta mix and master all of them. I'm gonna show you 5 ways to make your masters and mixes sound minty fresh. Let's get into it. Probably the easiest step and the first step that I ever did was using a vocal preset when you're recording. Now, the mix and the master starts long before you start mixing and mastering. You gotta make sure the vocal take is good. You got to make sure the beat was created properly so that you have enough space to rap on it. All of these things. This is when the vocal presets come into play. Now, I just downloaded a free one from I Love You Callum. I'll link the video in the description here. And what this does basically is it takes you from like Average Joe to Post Malone. Who doesn't want that? Key aspects here. Number 1 is loudness. The first thing you want to understand is that you do not want one part to be really quiet and another part to be really loud. You don't want that. That sounds bad. So what you do to combat that is you use a compressor on the main vocal. Go into the same range so that it's not really quiet when you're quiet and really loud when you're loud. Keeps it all, brings it together. That is key. You want to do that before, you want to have that in the mixer before you have anything else. Next step is you want to throw in a couple EQs. You want to take out those bad frequencies. You can kind of hear it. So if you've never done it before, let me show you how you test for this. So step number 1 is you're going to play it. And you're hearing the vocal in this. And these red lines are showing up. Well, how do you make these red lines show up? Well, you go click this drop tab here, and then you click heat map, and then I just disabled it, you can enable it. So now these reddish and yellow marks tell you what sounds good and what sounds bad. And then you use this to make it sharper or less sharp. So then when you go like this, over these yellow and red areas, that is the bad frequency. Hopefully that's helpful. And these are all free stock plugins, except I got one. It's free, but it's not stock. It's Fresh Air. You probably have it. Sound Gooderizer is another default on here. I have to explain what that does? Sound Gooderized. A little bit of spice. A little bit of that flavor on the vocal. Transient processor, what is it all about? Well, I'll tell you a little tale from not so long ago. So, when me and the others of ZMR were recording in the studio, we were recording all these songs. We first just started doing it. We were like, yeah, we're going to be the best. This is epic. And we just had one problem, is that whenever we recorded and we played it on a big speaker, it would sound, in our own words, cuppy. And it took me a long time to figure out what the heck this cuppiness was and what it meant and how to hit a bada. There's two ways that I solved the cuppiness. And the first one was the transient processor, which helped, didn't completely solve the cuppiness problem. The other thing, here's the transient processor. I have it on the expander preset. As you can see, it's pretty low. The other thing was Maximus. What I would do is just raise this up just a little tiny bit. Starts out like here. You don't need much. Just that much should do you good. Tip number 1, vocal presets coming in clutch, man.
Hello, Editing Danzig here. So I accidentally, without realizing, deleted the footage for the second tip. We're going to get a full in-depth explanation in another video, because honestly I just kind of glazed over a big topic, but the topic was about automation clips and all the crazy things you can do with it. So look forward to a video on that in the future. If you don't know what automation clips are, basically what they allow you to do is change the level of an effect over the duration of a song. So you can make it regular, back to regular, you know, that type of, and there's so much you can do with it, so much more you can do with it. So I'll have a full in-depth video on that. Yo, shoo!
Alright, third tip we going over is how to reduce the noise in your audio samples. This one is very important. This is the first version without the edited audio, right?
Can flow like 100 ways, keep it going for a couple days, cup of Johnny and a blunt of haze.
You hear that static audio in the background, but here's the new version.
I can flow like 100 ways, keep it going for a couple days, cup of Johnny and a blunt of haze.
Much better. And I just went back over that footage. It sounds like you can hear it over the video. It's way worse when you're listening to it in the headphones. So just take my word for it. This does wonders for your mix. So I'm going to show you how to do it real quick. Alright, so get rid of the good track. This is the bad track. This is the one that does not sound good. Ooh, I don't like it. So what we're going to do is we're going to right click, edit an audio editor. Right? Look at that. There it is, right there.
Yeah, that's right.
Right, so there's a fuzzy area. Find the area without vocals where it's fuzzy. Now we got the noise highlighted. We're going to right click this little toothbrush up here. We're going to right click it. And then we're going to hit Control A. And then we're going to left click it. And then we click accept on this. Now the noise has been taken out. Well, it's taking the noise. See? It's a little slimmer now. Now the noise is out of the whole entire sample.
Cup of Johnny and a blunt of haze, pockets always staying stuffed with pay.
Tip number 4 for making better mixes. And for these last two, we're actually not going to need the computer for this one. Let's talk. Tip number 4, y'all gotta be consistent, man. You have to, because if you're not consistent, this applies to anything in life. If you're not consistent, you're not going to get better at it. This is a struggle for musically minded individuals, because you want to go, when you got the muse, you know, it's easy, it's no problem. But to force yourself to do it consistently, even when you're not, the vibe is not there, that is what separates the wheat from the chaff, one might say. And the last and most important thing is mindset. When you're going into a session to record, to mix, to make a beat, whatever, you got to be ready. And I mean ready for whatever happens. Because it could be the best thing you ever made, and it could be the worst thing you've made in a long time. Like, I'm just being real. It might not be the worst thing you've ever made, because probably one of the first things was the worst things you ever made. But it can still be pretty bad. Basically, all you really need to know is that failure is not a bad thing. It's not. I know you've been told it your whole life. Failure's bad, failure's bad, failure's bad. You need to succeed, you need to succeed. Failure's not a bad thing. Failure's not a bad thing. Here's why. Failure is an opportunity. An opportunity for growth, which success does not give you. It's funny because failure is an opportunity for growth, and success is an opportunity to fail. And yet people look at success as this awesome, great thing, and failure as this terrible, awful thing. Understanding that there's going to be ups and there's going to be downs always constantly fluctuating. And you just have to be ready for the ups and downs. I hope you got some value from this video. I tried to incorporate what little music stuff I know, try to make it funny, and you're going to see more of this from now on. So follow along, and you might just get some new cool things happening. And all these songs came from In the Stew, recorded in the stew by Remy himself, or that's him in all these songs. I know you got a sneak peek of some of them, but you're gonna have to check them out at a later date. The link will be in the description when they are out, and so you might want to check down there, man. They might be down there. Are they down there? You tell me. I don't know. Anyways, y'all have a blessed day. I've said enough. Y'all know what to do.